very invested in our community.
It's wonderful to be here.
This is Vinney Chopra and also my good buddy Beau. And we are so happy.
It's amazing what's going to happen. So, we're amped up to do the show, and we got a lot of hype about the guest today, so I'm excited.
Oh, I know. So excited to come live to you all. Live 9:30 every Friday. How to take your business to the next level. Well, good morning. Boy, that's rather long. Maybe we could even splice it up a little bit, dice it up smaller. Thank you so much for joining, guys, everybody. This is Vinney and Beau show. We come live to you most of the Fridays. So sorry, last week we were airing another episode because we had a technical glitch. But anyway, Beau is back, and Beau was under the weather. He's feeling great. Again, I'm in the Bay Area. Vinney Chopra, your host and co-host. Beau Eckstein from Henderson, Nevada. And please let us know where you're from and let's interact together. You could reach us also on our, websites, Instagram, LinkedIn profiles. I'm in syndication into all diversified portfolios. And Brother Beau is also in investments, real estate investments, and loans. He's just fabulous with that. So please do talk to us, chat with us. Where are you from? How are you doing, Beau?
I'm doing good. I had COVID for the first time because I went to a conference, and it's like a bad cold, and I'm finally recovering today. But it's been about 5 days of being sick, or give or take, so it wasn't too bad. I think it's getting a lot. The strain or strand, whatever you want to call it, is getting a lot less dangerous. It just you're going to get sick. I got my wife sick. So it is very contagious still. Anyways, got it because I went to a conference with over 1,000 people. And if you're going to still go out to big conferences, you're probably going to get sick. So just be prepared.
Yeah, so true, brother. I know the big conferences, I know it's coming back a little bit, but again, we have been cooked up in our homes and offices and anytime. I know our son also just went down Los Angeles for some championship to watch and all that. But hey, guess what, guys? Everybody, please let us know where you're from. Today, we're going to talk about 3 topics. I hope you're ready for it. One is retirement funds, how to self-direct your retirement funds into investing in syndications in real estate where you could get very high returns rather than what's happening in the stock market. As you all know, it's just mind-boggling. Sell high or buy high, sell low, whatever they say. That's not what we want to do. Real estate is something which never goes to zero overnight, like stocks can really drop in 30%, 40%, like that. So I hope you will ask us some great questions also. We are here to answer them for you. I'm not a CPA, I'm not an attorney, and Beau is not, but we have done lots of syndications, almost close to 40 syndications now. And retirement funds, there are $32 trillion in retirement funds, Beau, right, brother?
Mhm.
And a lot of people want to get the piece of the action, and you could do that by self-directing IRAs, 401ks, EQRP, qualified retirement plans. Brother Damien Lupo comes to my mind. Beau, you know him also.
Yep.
Very good guy. And he's right there from Alabama. And then, of course, Advanta. I've been on their show quite a few times. Advanta from services from Florida. Of course, there are other custodians also, Pensco, Premier, Equity Trust. They have a new name now. IRA is Valley Forge or Forge Trust, some things like that. But the key idea, Bo, is what? We could take our Wall Street IRA, get it converted into a self-directed IRA, we call it, or checkbook control. I shared that with a good friend of mine, Luke Wren. By the way, and everybody, we're going to bring Luke here also, Bo. Luke Wren was for 6 or 7 years business coach for Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins, he's a great friend of mine. We just spent 1 hour yesterday. He was in Nepal climbing the Mount Everest and all. We are back. But anyway, the reason I'm saying his name is because he says, Vinny, there are so many people, they just don't know that you could do.
Oh, we lost you, Vinny. Okay, technical difficulties. Oh, you gotta come back in. You gotta press in here. Hold on, let's see if we can get you in.
Why?
There you
Okay.
go.
Oh, so sorry about that, guys. So, no, that's the key. A lot of us are not able to. I know in my investments, about 38% of the investors invest through their retirement funds and so on. Self-directed. Go ahead. Bo?
Are you saying in most of your syndications, you're seeing about 38% of them coming from a self-directed vehicle?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
Because that way it's a tax. If not, they don't have to pay any taxes. All the money
It's
that goes
it's tax-free or tax-deferred, depending if it's a
tax
SEP
deferred. Yeah,
or it depends if it's a SEP or a Roth. But really, the fundamentals, Vinny, right, is that hey, if you're maybe able to roll over a retirement vehicle, a lot of people have these like pretty large 401ks and from a previous employer, and they're just sitting there and not really doing anything for them. A couple $100,000. It's like a lot of people don't know. Well, you can convert that and roll that into a self-directed vehicle. We gave you a couple of custodians you can call and get some feedback and advice from them. But the bottom line is that what self-direct means is that you can direct where you're putting that money to work for you, and you're going to get your returns back either tax-free or tax-deferred, depending on what vehicle you're able to roll into. So it's really kind of a no-brainer type of vehicle, right? So if you're able to, or if you're just starting out and you're self-employed, you can set up a solo SEP IRA, and you can put up to like $50,000 a year. It's pretty phenomenal, and then that you can offset some of your income that way. So a lot of people are building their self-directed IRAs that way too.
So true, so true. And Bo, at the same token, Roth IRAs, right? Roth IRAs are contributions after the tax is paid out to start with. Then from the Roth IRA, whatever money you make in your lifetime, from that money, if it's 100,000 and you make 3 million, 5 million, 10 million, whatever, you never have to pay taxes, right? So that's the other vehicle, which is very, very nice vehicle to grow your wealth, like we say. We always talk about passive flows of income, right? So, I mean, it's one thing to do W-2 job and then work 9 to 5. It's another thing to take your retirement money or savings and put them into vehicles so that it gives you limited partnership is the word. I'm not attorney, but that's how it is. Limited partners usually get 70% or 80% of the profits and the cash flow, in the deals, and 20 or 30% goes to the, sponsors like that. So I hope, you are able to evaluate, those things. Any questions anybody's asking us? Let's see here. The other thing we wanted to talk about also, Bo, was I've been really getting more deeper into hospitality. With the COVID now going, kind of down under control, the hotel rates have gone skyrocketing. I was just reading one article, $69 room is going for $395 because there are so many people going out to travel. Demand is there. So all the hotel industry is coming back. The reason I also talk about, again, I'm not an attorney or a CPA, but we are putting together a great portfolio where we are, buying hotels which are coming out with a value add, we call it, right? But one thing I wanted to talk to you about and everybody is that hotel income in the tax code. Again, I'm not a CPA, but the tax code, hotel income and losses are active losses, even for passive investors. Bo, have you heard about that, brother?
No, this is very interesting. So basically, what you're saying is, in a normal multifamily deal, if you're an LP or a limited partner, you're not able to take. It's not active impact. It's not active losses, right? So you're saying if any ownership interest, and we're not attorneys or CPAs,
Yeah.
that if it's any, that it is considered active income, right?
Exactly, exactly. In the tax code in USA,
So
and
what's the
actually,
benefit then? The benefit would be because there's a lot of things you can depreciate because there's FF&E, furnitures, fixtures, equipment.
exactly,
So
for
you can
sure.
offset 100% of your. So you're still going to do a cost segregation on a hotel like you would multifamily property,
Totally, totally,
except you're going to have more
definitely.
write-offs because of the furniture and fixtures.
You got it. You got it.
Ah,
As you know, we could do straight line on commercial buildings, straight line depreciation, or we can do accelerated depreciation, right? Cost segregation. Just like the word cost segregation means, we are taking the costs of the whole building with furniture, appliances, restaurants, all these things, right? Knobs and fixtures and everything in hotel. There is so much can be written off. I think one CP was telling me almost 80% to 90% of the whole investment is written out in the first year, written off, totally written off. Wow. So, what that means is that the profit is being made by the hotel, but when we file taxes in the LLC, which is holding the hotel portfolio, it gets into negative, big time negative, because of the depreciation. And it's 100% loss this year for the cost segregation. Bonus depreciation is 100% allowed in 2022, 80% allowed next year, then 60% the year after. So it's not going away. I wanted to also clarify that with our audiences. So bonus depreciation is not going to go away, but it's going to get cut down and it taper down from 100% in 2022 to 80% reductions, for the bonus depreciation in 2023, then 60%, then 40% and all that. So yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So the portfolio of hotels you're working on right now to acquire, it's 3 or 4, let's just say.
Mhm.
That's going to be one syndication.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so if you're an LP that invests in that, you're going to own a portion of each hotel, not just one. Is that how it will
Exactly.
work?
Yeah, that's so. We have the name global is the word we are using because, again, I'm not selling any securities to anybody. It's just that we are just discussing. We like to look for the hotels which are bank repossessed because we have the experience. We bought one in auction, Hilton Garden Inn, as you know, it's a past, and I can share that. It's an example in McAllen, Texas. Even during COVID, we were occupied pretty strongly because nursing staff and doctors, they chose our hotel to live in. And Bo, we are selling it for 12 million, brother. We bought it for 6 million, selling for 12 million. So we have 7.5 million capital gain, it's called, right? And we are taking that 1031 into our 4 hotels. So from one hotel portfolio, we are buying 4, converting from one to second, for bigger hotels, and we go for only Marriotts and Holiday Inns and Courtyards, Candlewood, Intercontinentals, things like that, right? So not boutique hotels, but good name brands. So we'll be actually investing our 1031 money, and in hotels we can take other people's 1031 also. What? In a syndication. But see, they have to come as ticks. They have to come as tenants in common. So our tenant in common, other people's tenants in commons will own portion of the whole 4 hotels, let's assume that way, example wise, and then the rest of the money will be syndication. So rest of the syndication money will be a small pool, but rest of this ticks will be owning the
And so
portfolio.
you're going to bring in like 30 to 35% equity and get a loan for the a bank loan on
Exactly,
the gotcha.
exactly.
So you have a
Yeah.
majority already raised, but it's a big raise. It's going to be like a $18 million raise. So
18 million. Yeah.
you're at about
Mhm.
half right now, essentially.
You
Oh, we lost you again, Vinny. Oh, I don't know why you're doing that. Here you're coming. Oh, hold on. Click
I
in again.
apologize.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know why it does that. Restream kind of hurts me sometimes. And I do all my calls right in my backyard. It's so nice outside and so on. But no, that's what we were discussing. So the one thing which was a revelation for me to understand in the last 3-4 months is that the active income and passive income is the same in hotel investment. What that means is when you get the K1 from syndicators like me or anybody, they will show you that you could batch your losses in the hotel industry, the hotel investment, against your W2 income, against your bonuses, against your active income. Wow. That's a
So you
game
could
changer.
so you
Mhm.
can do that. You can do that with short-term rentals too.
Oh, you can. Okay, tell me more about it. Yeah.
But here's what I think we need clarification on.
Mm-hmm.
I interviewed a CPA because he always talks about this. So like, Eric's buying all these Airbnbs. I said, Eric, go and call Terry and do cost segregation.
Yes.
And if you materially participate in running, because it's a business, an active, if you there's like a check mark, a checklist of things that will classify you as materially participating. He can
Mm-hmm.
then take the cost segregation and accelerate the bonus depreciation against his income, even though he's not a rep, which is a real estate
Ah,
professional.
yes.
So I would love to get a CPA on and learn a little bit more about how this works, because it's fascinating, right? Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of people out there that don't really need to make money. They need to like pay less in taxes, right? Because that's a 35,
Yeah.
40% savings right there.
Sure.
So making money in equity is just gravy for them, right? They need to offset millions of dollars, right? Like that's their problem. They're not. These are the 1%ers, right? They need to offset. So you have those people, and then you have the W2 high income earners that don't own
Mm-hmm.
any real estate, have no deductions. Those are people that need these type of investments, right? Because they got to learn this, and that's why. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that much about the tax equation events on hotels, but it's
Yeah,
interesting.
no, I
So
talked to 3 CPAs, by the way. One great one is coming to my mastermind, by the way. I wanted to mention anybody listening to us, if you'll just email me, Vinney@vinneychopra.com, or text me at 925-766-3518, you can actually come to my mastermind session next Wednesday, one time only. And I have Ted Lenzaro coming. Bo, I hope you can come too, bro, and
oh
then you
yeah.
can ask him some great questions. So my mastermind had a lot of questions, and Ted has been a wonderful friend of mine and very accomplished CPA over 30 years, and he's coming to address it in my mastermind next Wednesday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Pacific. So if anybody listening to us later on, even because it becomes a podcast and live show and all that, please let us know. But the exciting part is, Bo, that a lot of people in the Silicon Valley, see, I live right here in the Bay Area, right? Lots of directors and IT professionals make million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million. One CPA told me many of them don't pay any taxes. What? Why? Because they are able to invest in hospitality, in hotels. Even though they have full-time job, directorship, and entrepreneurs and all that, but the losses of the hotels bat against their W2 income and bonuses. Wow. That was a
That's
game
what.
changer. That was a game changer for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that, and that is really, really good. So when you're looking at syndications as a W-2 high income earner, this would make a lot of sense potentially. A lot of sense, because you're
Yeah.
gonna get a lot of write-offs.
Yes.
And the nice thing is that you can 1031 exchange out of these, because you can have multiple 1031 exchanges out of a
Yes.
hotel syndication versus a multifamily couldn't do the same thing on, or any other asset class that I know of.
Yeah.
But
So
for
true.
whatever,
So true.
yeah.
See, what happens is, when you are doing few people coming into a portfolio, as a syndicator myself, I have made a deal. Okay, over 500,000. If you have 1031 in, then you could come into my portfolio, right? 500,000 is the minimum. But then syndicator has lot of work. You know how it is: taxation, this, that, paperwork. So it's up to the syndicator or a sponsor to get people in and get people out. 1031 in, 1031 out, right? Safely. That's the keyword. But when you're dealing with lots of investors, like 100 people, for example, by the way, right, who are giving 25,000, 50,000, or 5,000, you just can't do it. There's no way in heck you could do 1031s and all that, right? So this was something I hope everybody listened, and hopefully you'll go back and see. Look into this hospitality. My crusade right now, I'm going to be going on a lot of podcasts and bringing this concept to America, that, hey, with the COVID now going down and control, hotels are a great, great place now to take off big time, and that's going to bring some great returns to investors and other people. Again, I'm not selling any deal or anything at this time, but if you want to find out more about it, all you have to do is just go to vinneychopra.com and just /invest. There is a logo there. You click on it, we visit with you and everything, and then see if you're suitable to invest. Our minimum is $100,000. I definitely want to say that. A lot of my, our client, investors, they invest 100, 250, 500 million, like that now, right? Beau, what else you can add, bro? So we talked about retirement funds, checkbook control today. We talked about hospitality investments, which is active passive income together. We talked about CPAs, coming on Wednesday. Ted Lanzaro, if anybody wants to come free to my mastermind, call that day. It's a 1.5 hour I teach every Wednesday, 4 o'clock to 5:30 every Wednesday. If anybody wants to try me out and come and see what we do and everything, and underwrite deals and talk about, there is so much going on, bro. I mean, there are people in my team who are building townhouses, brother, 70 townhouses. I've got people who are buying multifamily. There are people who are buying assisted living, which is residential assisted living. There are people who are buying gas stations now. What? Gas station and piece of land and development, all those things.
That's exciting. There's lots to learn, right? There's and there's a lot of Vinny's offering you guys to go listen to his CPA friend, which is going to be good. Ted knows a lot. You can learn a lot of different things, and that's there's a lot to learn, and it's about learning and taking action. And yeah, we got to get an NFT expert on, Vinny, to learn about
I will
NFTs.
get that too, brother. I just, that's something which I've been really looking into myself. And I have come across somebody, and I would love to bring him on as I get to know more and more. Is it not going up there? I'm just, oh, maybe it's underneath there. Does it show please tell your name and all that? Oh, okay. I just forgot all these things because we have not done this, for overlays and all. Please tell us your name and where you are from. Then I also put my, text me if you want to join. I don't know why it's not coming. Text 925-766-3518. Uh, is it coming there? Where are you from? Oh, there we go. There we go. I just totally forgot. And then why is it? Okay, no worries. But I think we should wrap up. Do you have any other last comments, brother? Yeah.
No, very good. I didn't know this about the hospitality industry, so it's very intriguing. So I'm always learning. So today was no exception, right? That's why we do these shows every Friday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. Show up.
Yes.
We're gonna have a good guest speaker next week. I was out,
Yes.
so Vinney and I just did today. But there's always nuggets dropped. Today was just nuggets, all about
Yes.
self-directed vehicles and hospitality industry. And the advantages there that could be for your tax events and things like that. So
surely we'll see you next week. Thank you so much for joining, and let's go out with a bang. There we go.
Morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for joining this morning. This is Vinney and Beau show. Some of you might know me, Vinney Chopra, and my partner, Beau, and we come to you live at 9:30 Pacific, which is 12:30 Eastern, every Friday. Thanks for joining.
And I think, Vinney, honestly, we at some point we're going to start a affordable housing multifamily division underneath Monale Investments. I'll run the division. We'll have a nonprofit component, and we'll help.
Wow.
We could probably help this in a big way, really.
I would love that. I would love that.
Yeah.
It's been an exciting week. I hope it's been for you also. Beau, you have some questions, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of questions.
How are you, brother?
Good to see you, Vinney. Good to see you, Beau.
Oh, thank you. We are so privileged to have you.
Hey, Vinney, real quick.
Yeah, bud.
All right, I'll bet you sushi that you don't know what does SAS stand for?
Hi there, everybody joining us, watching us. We are live in 7 channels actually today, in the YouTube, in LinkedIn, in Facebook groups and Facebook. Thanks again for liking the show. Please give comments, share, and we are here for a very big show today.